welcome to my YouTube channel. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is B Klaba. For those who do not know me, make yourself at home, click on the subscribe button to become subscribed. And to all my honeybees, oh my gosh, to all my honeybees, welcome back home. Welcome back home. Today I've got a special guest. He's camera shy. I had to beg him to do this video with me. I mean, really, why would my husband not be part of my YouTube channel? I mean, why? Why? Okay, anyway, we are exhausted. Last night we had a 10 up. So that's why I came for Stachori. Let's do this video because he's home and why not? And we have time and we look pretty, so why not? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please introduce yourself. Guys, I've got my husband. Please introduce yourself.
Hi honeybees, I'm the husband.
Yes. His name is Alubabalo Mninawe Kaba. Got it right, ne? Yeah, I got it right.
Spot on.
Excuse me, he's got hair.
Spot on.
Behind the scenes things. Anyways, so today we're not gonna waste time. It's a conversation between me and my husband about life, about our marriage. So anyway, the first thing that I wanted him and I to talk about is how we met. I don't know if we have the same story or not, but I kids, maybe you've got your own story. So how we met is we met in 2012. Am I right? Yeah, we met in 2012 on Wednesday. It was a Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday.
I think so. We met
It was a Wednesday.
in March, ne?
Yeah.
I think
it was still early in the year.
Yeah, it was
about
sometime
March.
2012 in March. So what had happened is I knew him on, guys, we met on Facebook. I think, did we meet on, well, he knew me before I know him.
Yes.
But I think I met him on Facebook. But anyway, years back, there was this thing called poking on Facebook. So there was this guy called Luby Hasla. He used to annoy me. I don't know him. I haven't looked at his picture. I'm talking about years back. I wasn't looking at it. No, wait. I wasn't checking his profile or whatnot, but I just know there was this name that always pokes me, inboxes me and whatnot. And I decided to block him. And I blocked him on my Facebook. And then years later, 2012, I unblocked him because I wanted to check something on his profile. So I unblocked him. So me and my other friend, Close, we had a conversation with his ex, ne? And then somehow I wanted to check something on his profile. So I couldn't check anything on his profile because I had blocked him. So I had to go and block him. I was like, oh, this is the guy. So then I was able to say, oh, I think I remember the guy. Oh my gosh, he used to text me and whatnot. But anyway, that was it. Same day, he sends me an inbox saying, hi, stranger.
I see you've unblocked me.
Did I not regret? I'm like, yo, this is exactly why I blocked him. Did I not regret? Then, okay, we started having conversations private conversations, obviously. Then we were chatting until we decided to meet. So we used to chat every day. Every minute, every day. When I wake up, until I go to work, until I come back. When I was driving, we were chatting every day. Then we decided to meet. That's when we met in March. And when we met, we had a great conversation. It felt like I have known you for
some time.
Yes. Like the conversation was so nice. And we were speaking same things. He knew, I don't know, he was telling me things that I wanted to hear. Whispering sweet nothing. And then, yeah, then on that day, we decided to give, I'm just cutting the story, I want to say short. I decided to give him a hug as he walked out of the car because we were chilling in the car outside. It was after work. Then I gave him a hug. Bazalwane.
Amen.
That hug, that hug, I was in. I was sold. I was like, hallelujah. Like I was resting my cheek on your thingy. What's this thing called? Bicep. Like the hug was like. Then I was sold, and then after then it was history.
It was history.
Yes. So we dated for how long?
We dated for a couple of months. I think it was 8 months.
Yeah, 8 months.
Yeah, 8 months.
And he was like, so first weeks of us dating, he was already telling me he wants to marry me. So I was like, this one, he just wants to chow. This one wants to chow. I was like, I'm not letting it go. The cookie is not going because this one wants to chow and run. So I was like, but I was seeing his intentions. I was just seeing how he's so loving, how he loves his family. So from the day we met till forever, we were spending each and every day together. So it felt like we've been together for 8 years and it was only 8 months. Then how did you propose, Azal? He asked me to marry him in December. So in December, from the time we started dating, we were spending each and every day together. We used to travel together to work every day. So one time in December, so my family vacationing in December. Yeah, every December we go on vacation for like 3 days or something. So I went on vacation and he didn't go. I mean, he was still a boyfriend. Even like my people didn't know him, so he wasn't gonna join us go vacationing. Then he was crying during that 3 months of when I was away.
3 months,
3 days, 3 or 4 days. I think it was. I think one of the longest vacations we went. So it was so sad. And then when I came back,
surprise.
He was like, I want to marry you. And then why didn't you kneel down? Like the normal way of doing things.
Is it the normal way?
I don't
Which
know.
one is normal?
Very
Which one is
clear
not?
proposal. What did you say?
What did I say?
If no one said in top proper.
I said I want to get married to you. Then get
Ning. I think you told me on a Monday.
Yeah, on a Monday. Then on a Wednesday. We are coming.
Guys.
Waste time.
So we were traveling to work. So I'm dropping him off Komo17. So we're just chilling Mokoloyi. And then Motu are okay. Like I've been telling you all along, we've had this conversation so many times about marriage, our expectations, and we already had a deep conversation about marriage. So I didn't think it was gonna happen so soon. So he tells me on Monday that on Wednesday, imagine. I was like, what? Are you real? Are you sure? Do you wanna get married to this one? So I was like, you know what? Okay, let's do this. It's fine. And then go Wednesday la romela. So Wednesday my dad.
On weekend
Imagine, guys, the letter says. So the letter comes on Monday. My dad was home. My dad was still alive. So my dad receives a letter. He reads the letter. He calls me immediately. He's like, Bali. So I had already had a conversation with my mom. So all these things happened within 8 months, guys. I had already spoken to my mom. My mom met him. My mom wanted your pay slip, your 3 months bank statement. So my mom knows this guy in that 8 months. My dad didn't know him. I didn't want to introduce another guy to my dad. So Papa ka amiti, Haiti Sifani, say Haiti Nix. I don't even think my dad knew that I was dating by then. So my dad is shocked. What's going on? King, or pregnant? Why? What's halang? But Wednesday, they said they are coming on Saturday. How can you guys do that though?
Yeah.
Did you give them instruction?
Yes. To get married.
Why?
Why?
We were so young, guys. We didn't know what we're doing. We had no idea. We were young. We were 24 years old. we were naive, we were in love, and then this guy wants to marry. Because I was like, okay, cool, let's do this. Little did I know what I'm getting myself. So anyway, my dad was like, no, we are doing this. They are coming. It's January now. We dated 8 months, 2012. The letter came first week of Jan, on the 8th of Jan, I think. Mahadi 12 or something like that, it's January. And then everything went well. It's story for another day. It was okay. It was nice. It was nerve-wracking. Nice. I was crying. My family was happy. It was nice. The negotiations went well. And then in May, on the 4th of May, I remember very well. Yeah. Same year, on the 4th of May. So 2013, the lobola was Jan, the Tlabiso was May, the wedding was November. Yeah, that's why we are few weeks away from 10 years of marriage. So that's our story on how we met, and it was lovely. How do you feel about it? It was
lovely. I love it.
The what?
The story.
Okay.
Of how we met.
Yeah, of how we met, yes. So we were young. We started very small. So we stayed by his place.
We stayed in my place, yeah. Then we decided to move after, I think it was a month.
No, it was more than a month.
It was not more than a month.
Well, I know it was not more than a month. We stayed about 5 months. Yes. I'll ask my mother-in-law. We stayed about 5 months. So before Nali mother-in-law, to keep the relationship going, we need to move. And anyway, we had to be independent. I mean, we were never gonna stay Kolona forever. We didn't.
And the other reason why we moved, I think, we even switched jobs.
Oh yeah, I think you were working far.
You went to Joburg. I was.
Oh yeah, I was in Roodepoort. Yes. Okay, yeah. There's another reason why. Because we wanted to be closer and transport there, so it was easier, and then to be independent. I mean, we can't depend on our in-laws and whatnot. So it was nice. We moved into a one-room, guys.
Garage.
Because we had a little bedroom there, not bedroom, bed. In one room, it's a bed. It's a kitchen, it's a dining room, it's a toilet. It's what's in one room. So that's how far we came. We stayed there about 2 years, about 2 years, and we got an apartment.
You remember the rats?
Yo, Jehovah.
Don't.
Guys, guys, every time I get a toilet to do I would do number 1 in the room, because I mean it's a pee. But if I have to go do number 2, I can number 2 li tueba. Guys, Alex, so guys, we stayed there. We were at peace. We were content. We were happy because we were studying life together, because I always had this wish for whenever I get married, I want to start my life together. I didn't want to get married to someone who's already established. Remember, I was still young, so I didn't want to get married to an older guy who's already has a house, has that was me, I wanted life is together, accomplish it into and our dreams together. So yeah, then we got an apartment in Randfontein, Helicon Park, which we stayed about 5 years or something, and we sold the flat, and yeah, so that's us, guys. And during this 10 years, I can say that
Gold Reef City.
Anaconda. You know that ride in Gold Reef City theme park, Anaconda ride? We can attest that we've been through the most.
Been through the most.
Yes, we fell and got up again. We fall, get up again. We fell, got up again. Some days were not nice, some moments were the best. We've had a lot of great memories, best times of our lives, and also worst times of our lives. But I can say that the good times that we have overcomes the bad that we have. I think that is why we are still together.
Yes, definitely.
You were saying?
No, exactly.
You know, yeah. So linyalo bathong as ni papa in place. Yeah. Yes. We begezela at each other. Don't get me wrong when we say sometimes it's different with everyone. We have overcame a lot of things. We have forgiven each other in a lot of things. We still do mistakes and we still forgive each other. There are moments where I'm like, I am out of here. Cut. I'm like, office guy, the divorce paper, you know. We've had those moments. And how do you feel about those moments? Do you also want to cut?
No, it's not nice moments.
I'm asking, have you ever felt like that? I've felt like that many times where I want to be out of this. Have you felt like that?
No.
When?
I haven't felt like that.
Yeah, you said it so many times. Like, hey, I'm out. You have. Yeah, maybe while you let that moment to why we can't. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I get kwajisanya.
Yeah, but we've had those moments. Sometimes people see a couple from what we post on social media. You see nice pictures, people smiling and posing. You think, we could have taken that picture in the middle of a fire, you know, just to post on social media, or and think, oh, these ones have it easy. I envy them, which is wrong, you know. Not always tell people the raw part of life. You know,
the raw part of marriage.
Exactly. It's not
so
always
that when they get into this thing, they know exactly what
you know. I always tell my friends or people that want to get married, just be sure what you're getting yourself into, because there are a lot of things that we also didn't like about each other. We discovered you know, at a later stage, but it doesn't mean it's completely it's an error or it's a mistake or it's completely bad. No, we have our greatest time. Like, I would not trade you for anyone, actually. As much as but I would rather have those moments with him than with anybody else. And what makes me stay during the tough times is because I know who you are, you know, not what you do or the mistakes that you do or whatever. I stay because I know that you're a great father, you're a great husband, and I feel like I see beyond the trials and tribulation. Like, yes, we might be having these issues now, but we are going to be way better than we are. So why are you still here? Why are you still staying in this marriage, even with trials and tribulation? Even though I'm
the one who said, I want to get married to you.
Okay.
So, and I've made a vow again.
Even though till death
you are spent.
Even though one
stressor.
Even though who must we
I don't know.
Exactly. How about when people start saying, you must know you have arrived in marriage. You must know you've got it right. You must. When people start seeing, right, because you are happier. It's fine.
Direction.
Thank you. We fed it the direction. Because why till death do us apart, you know? So why after 10 years, why are you still saying I do?
I still do.
Why do you still do? What makes you stay? What makes our marriage survive all these nice and bad things?
What made me stay in this marriage for so long? I think it's because now we've got understanding for each other.
Do we?
I think so.
Sometimes I understand.
Yeah, we've got understanding for each other. You know, not today, man. This one let's not make sure one thing and all that. But then when you're sitting alone, you sit and think and say, you know what, we are different people, we've got different personalities. Those days are expected. So it's up to you as a person to sit and say, you know what, it's fine. This was meant to happen like this. So let me move forward. Let me forgive my partner, or let me forgive my wife, or you forgive me with whatever situation that we go through. Then you understand that was meant to happen for that moment. At a later stage, things will change.
Okay, so meaning we've compromised, sacrificed. I think marriage requires a lot of compromise, and a lot of sacrifice, a lot of forgiveness. Sometimes as things happen, I feel like I won't stand this, I won't compromise this, I won't, but eventually you end up doing it for the sake of peace.
You know what, actually?
Yeah.
This was a mistake.
Yes.
I acknowledge it. So let's continue. Let's move forward.
No, we've been moving forward. Limo maemo nasa dumilite. We were able to move forward. We are still not perfect, and we are still not where we want to be. Another thing about marriage is that you never arrive. You never say, "Ooh, I've arrived." You never say, "Ooh, na I'm better off." You never akuna destination mo re reng ya no re tshwere. Understand that in a way. That's just my opinion. Maybe you disagree with me, but it's a working process every day.
Process. Yeah, you work every day. It's like in Jolo.
Yeah,
it's like in Jolo.
Every day you choose to make it work. You choose to want to make it work. Another thing that makes things work is that both partners are willing to work on the marriage, because it becomes heavy if one partner
if you are pulling on the other direction, the other one is pulling on the other direction, then it becomes
more free, because we've been honestly through moments where I'm pulling that side, he's pulling that side. Actually, we are fighting against each other, not against the world. You know, we've been through those moments. When I say we are not perfect, people that know us or our families know that we have been, but we decide to work together. We decide to say, okay, I know that my wife has this problem. How do I work around that situation? I know that my husband has this problem. How do I work around that situation in order for us to meet each other halfway and fight against the world, not fight against each other? Because I cannot do it without him. He also cannot do it without me.
That's why in this union, there's no way when you can say I. It's gonna have to be we.
Yeah.
Because whatever that we do, we must do it together. Exactly. We must pull in the same direction. We must work together.
That's true. Honestly, in the 10 years that we've been together, there's a lot that I've learned, and some I've only learned recently. Before I used to talk. If there is an issue, we solve it now. Yeah. You hear me?
Magistrate.
No, you understand. So in the years, I'm sure if you disagree, please be honest.
No, I know what you're gonna say, but in the years, like you'd address an issue now, but nowadays you sit, go through the process. Okay, this is what I don't like, and of which it's a good way, because remember,
I'm proud of myself.
It's a good thing, because if there's something happening now and you want to address it now, obviously the communication or whatever that you want to address, it's not gonna end well. It's not gonna be nice.
Yeah, like I used to attack. I used to attack issue, and not just the issue. I used to attack him as well, and that does not work. Even I just want to make an example. It doesn't work, because when I do that, it causes fights, and I'm very opinionated.
Well, now you've got questions, you've got answers for those questions as well. Then you're like, and then.
But things have changed. That is what I've learned regarding communication in the years that we've been together. That let me find a nice way to communicate in a right time. I was going to address it then, but I've learned to choose battles, and I've also learned to choose better ways to communicate a sensitive issue or things that I don't like. Sometimes I would choose to, like, let's fix it on a Wednesday. Man, Wednesday is during the week. Let me talk about it during pillow talk. Let me talk about it when we are chilled, and it's kind of like an attack, a meeting. We are doing it now, and we need to resolve it now. So I've learned that way. I know all the people who used to say, "Uskabe wa bua la ntho engwe le engwe la ntho engwe le engwe." Batho ba tona ne ba re, "Ha o utlwa nka go batla go bua, o nwe metsi wa hupe mo molomong."
Does that work?
I haven't tried it, but I'm just saying I've tried something similar to that, meaning not to talk when I have to talk. I can't need to always address everything. That is what I've learned. What have you learned regarding communication? Because Luena, I think you've also changed from what you were before.
From what we were before. And I think I just taught myself, you know what, I just trained my mind to be always calm in all situations, knowing that there will be a time to address things, but not now. Okay. Let me just sit, let me be calm, let me not be frustrated.
And one thing that's very funny, it's a funny thing, listen, a funny thing is that when we have, like before, when we used to argue or when there's an issue that we are addressing, so when he's frustrated he can't speak, like
you talk alone.
Wait, maybe you're not aware, like when he's very frustrated so much that sometimes so because I'd be like 20. So I've learned not to do that anymore because it's not a nice thing. Another thing that I've learned in the years is to protect my marriage and to protect my partner.
Definitely.
Because Miguel used to talk. Miguel, if I have issues, I would either tell my sister or my friends, and that thing is not nice because say partner.
Yeah, because if I would talk bad to another person about you, that person won't view you the way they use the same.
Yes.
But yeah, Ramona, but this one.
Your weaknesses, how these share, you know. That's why older people, I always refer to older people because I mean they've been no, not really, even though it's but things that you just hear from people that have been married, older people that say, or don't tell your peers what happens in your marriage, and you think but you can share. But now I used to share deepest things go through Tony because I didn't mama fatling so I used to share a lot. But as we are growing in this marriage, I've learned not to share a lot. And honestly speaking, I think I also have peace because when you share, you must always go back to those people. I must always update those people. Or if I don't say anything, those people are like, you know. So I've learned to keep my things in these 4 rooms and to pray a lot about our marriage.
The only person that you can tell
or
voice out with is your God.
Exactly. That's true.
This is what I'm doing.
That's true. Honestly speaking, I've learned that, and it has worked for me, and it's only recently that I've learned. Imagine after so many years. That's why we learn every day. We discover things all the time about our partners or about our marriage itself. But I must say, in the years, we have grown spiritually, so our marriage has grown, even though we are not where we want to be. But can you agree with me if I say
no? Definitely, we have grown a lot, and we're still growing.
We
still have a lot to learn in this union.
Yes, and we are really working on our marriage. I remember in the beginning of the year when I started my channel, one of my vision board was to work on my marriage, and I felt like I won't be able to work on my marriage if I don't work on me. So like I always tell you,
sometimes you have to be selfish and put yourself first. For waiting. Yeah.
For now,
you must find yourself first.
Yes, so this year I was on that journey. I am still on that journey, and I see it working for me a lot, because if I am happy, I am able to be happy with you. If I am unhappy, I will always be against you or expect the winner
to make you happy.
And when you can't make me happy, I'm like, cut, but I am in that journey of discovering myself, what I like, what I want to do, just being on.
And something you'd sit and say, what didn't I do this for?
Yes. For the longest time. Yes.
I could have done this before. Yes. But I think the timing, it's right.
It's right.
Yeah, I think the timing is right.
I think so too. And also for you being away from us, as much as it's painful, but I think it has worked more.
That one, it's another one.
It is another one.
It might have worked for you, but it's terrible.
But
being far away from my family and all that, it's not nice. But it's not a nice feeling. And being in a place whereby it's only you, you don't have a family, you don't have a relative, you don't have, you just have people that you meet there to speak to. There are things that you can share. There are things that you cannot share with them. So
it's not nice. I do agree with you. It's the worst for you. It's even more worse. But now I thought, rather me sulking about it every time, why don't I do something with all the time that I have?
Yes.
That's when I started doing things and discovering myself, spending time reading, spending time with friends or whatever, just keeping myself busy so that I don't feel that loneliness and I don't find myself being tempted of the things that I shouldn't be doing. You hear me? Which is a conversation we had the last time you were here. Remember, Jorge, I occupy myself with a lot of things I avoid.
Yeah, I can remember in marriage, you don't have to be focused on munabana.
Yes.
You must focus on yourself as well.
Yeah.
Knowing what you're doing now is things that you could have done a long time ago.
Yes.
I've joined the book clubs,
I've joined.
Because
I feel like
you've been like, work. Marriage,
and I remember I told you
marriage,
that I feel like I've been living for you guys, for you and for the kids. I've
and
never lived for myself.
Yourself.
I got married when I was 24. I was just starting life then. I was just, for me, I was young. I feel like we should have waited a little bit more longer, but I don't regret.
Look at us now.
Look at us now. We are building. We are still building. Sometimes I feel like, no, actually this was the right choice to get married at that age. Sometimes I sulk and feel like, oh my gosh, I should have traveled more when I was single. I should have done this when I was single, because there I don't have anyone to answer to. I don't have kids to worry about. I don't have ing. But when you are married, you need to answer to someone. You need to think of your kids before your husband. Before I decide to get up and go to Dubai, I need to sit and discuss finances with him. But you understand, if I was single, I just wake up, pack my bags and go. So, but it's nice. Partnership is nice. I'm just saying, for those that are single and thinking, hey, why don't I get married? Zala dulang lily yalo for now, and enjoy yourself, enjoy your money, and enjoy your singleship, and do things anytime, anywhere, any day. You understand? Yes, it's a union that God loves and ordains so much, and it would be nice for people that wish to get married to actually do get married, because it's nice being in a union.
The very same Bible says those who are not married stay single.
Okay, that's true, but context. Keep that fire burning, Yeah, but yeah, it has been great. It has been awesome. We have learned a lot. Being parents for the first time. Remember, we've never been parents. We make a lot of mistakes as parents. We fumble where we fumble. But if God has trusted us to give us these kids to raise, definitely will make a way for us to be able to raise kids, even when there's financial problems, even when we disagree in a lot of things, because we do disagree in a lot of things, especially when it comes to parenting.
Yeah.
We've got different style of parenting, but we always find a way. Okay, if I don't like this, if you like it, okay, yes. If you know, my way or the highway, which I feel it used to be like that for us before, especially for me. I used to want to get things done my way, but I've learned to always give my partner a way of feeling like and I need, as the head, I need to make decisions for my family. Yeah, you wanted to say finances also. Our moments or our struggles where you were not working. So another thing that makes me get my partner in the times also where he was not working is I knew when he was working, he's a provider, he's a giver, he's a supporter, he's a strong figure as a husband at home. So when he was not working, it was so hard for him not to be able to provide. Like we struggled a lot. If there's moments where you would see him cry, that's the time where you were not employed. But I know sometimes you felt like I'm not supporting you enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
there were
how.
those times. I don't remember when as a husband, as a man, you've got that ego of saying, you know what, I need to
provide
for my family. I can't just sit and do nothing.
And then no matter how I was supporting him, no matter how I would encourage him, I think it wasn't enough. But I got to learn that it's a man thing. It's you guys wanting to regardless if your wife does everything for you, but it has to do with your own pride and your own ego. But anyway, we've survived that as well. We've survived that as well. It was hard, and it's still not the end. We are still there, always trying to encourage and lift each other up. Because Mudimu always makes a way for us. I just want to say, now I've seen God in us.
Different things.
I've seen God becoming different things in our lives. We take things for granted and we think it's a coincidence, it's supposed to happen, it's a must, it must happen. But I got to learn. Yes, and I got to learn that life is so spiritual. There is nothing that is happening for mahala fela. Everything happens for a reason, and we've seen God take us through each and everything. How did we even survive that? How did we even overcome that? But we've seen him be everything to us, being a provider. We've seen we don't know. It's God, and we are sitting here trying to encourage everyone out there that has been through the most. I know that there's a lot that I wanted us to go deeper into, but obviously we don't have time for that. It's story for another day, and some of the things we are still going through them. We are still trying to figure them out, but do not give up on each other. That's all I want to say. Do not give up on your marriage. Do not give, if it's meant to work, let it work. Make it work for the both of you guys. Try everything to make it work, and yeah, man.
I say, shatani bafethu.
Yes, we recommend marriage. We recommend marriage any given time. I'd still recommend marriage. And I feel like the basics that we can close this video with. As a wife, we need to give our partners respect. Those are the basics. You, husband, must love your wives. That's the basics. Ever since I've started being able to practice the respect that's due to him, and the respect that the respect emudimu aiting re fe banna ba rona, we've seen things are fine. And ever since I've seen him love me the way he should be loving me, even with all the mistakes and whatnot, we fall and we get up. But when we do the basics of marriage, that's all. Nothing beats the basics of marriage, honestly speaking. When you take care of the treasure that you found, kuzobalula noma kunzima mara kuba lula.
Balula.
Yes. So yeah, I think we've shared a lot for now. Maybe this is part 1 of us sharing our journey. We just took it from the top. Maybe next time we'll go deeper than what we've spoken about. But yeah, guys, we love you so much. If you haven't subscribed, what must happen?
Click
On the
subscribe button
to become subscribed. I love you guys and see you on my next video. Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.